Hello guys, welcome again. I hope you have a very good weekend. So let's talk about the Bitcoin, and as you can see here, well, let me show you here my chart. Bitcoin. Last week we were here. Let me show you. We were here in 4-hour chart, of course, in 4-hour chart. And what I did here, I said, okay, I'm gonna open a short position. It was $91,000, 200, something like that. And after that, Bitcoin actually, it was just in sideways, and as you can see here, I got to stop it because my stop loss was $93,000, 200. It was weekend, this weekend pump, and of course it's a fake out. And after that, as you can see here, just Bitcoin was holding the range around the MA55. And well, I don't know why I cannot see the curve here, but I said yesterday in my private channel, well, I am looking for a long position here in 4-hour chart because curve was forming actually a buy signal here, curve, right? So okay, I opened a long position at $90,000, kind of, I think $90,000. And after that, what happened? Well, I used my stop loss around $88,000, 600, around there. And from there, just I went to the bed. I was sleeping. When I wake up, I saw Bitcoin actually getting rejected by the MA55 again. And not just only that, with low volatility and plus the curve showing me this slope negative here. So of course, it's a clear indication like actually something is wrong. So what I did after that, I went to 12-hour chart and I saw, okay, that's why, because now we have officially a sell signal in 12-hour chart where actually ADX is negative. Well, this is actually a sell signal in 12-hour chart. So in that moment, I decided to just cancel my long position. And let me show you the trade here. Let me show you the trade. One moment. Okay, so I'm gonna let me show you the trade, and this is the trade actually I canceled yesterday. Sorry, actually no, couple of 3 or 4 hours ago. I opened the long position at $91,000, as you can see here, and I canceled my long position at 90,600. And I lost a little bit, right? 0.53%, like $80. But it's okay because, well, I was thinking, okay, so if I thought like, okay, if I just keep my position, 12-hour chart is firing a sell signal, I had to respect higher time frames, so potentially Bitcoin just could crash from here. So what I did after that, I opened a short position exactly at the same price in that moment. So let me show you here. And actually I opened a short position at $90,000, 600, and I closed my position only after 10 minutes because Bitcoin just crashed so fast. It's rare sometimes when that happens, but well, this time actually happened very fast. At $87,000, 200, I closed my position and I made almost 4%. Actually, very nice, very, very nice. Here is actually the screenshot. And as you can see here, so right now I am flat here looking for a potential bounce continuation. Maybe this could be a buy opportunity. That's actually the topic of this live stream. So I wanted to explain to you this because this is risk management. This is actually very important, risk management. How you, as you can see here, my losses are very small, minus 1.50 and also minus 50%, 0.50%. And always I am trying to, here for example, here I cancel this position, is 0.23%. Always I'm trying to keep it very, very, very small, my losses. That is the way actually, that's why it's very important. In real executions, when you are actually trading in real life, you want to keep your losses very, very, very small. Very, very small. You must be very strict with your positions, especially stop losses. Okay, now let's continue. I'm going to continue with the chart. Let me show you here let's go back to Bitcoin. And as you can see right now, Bitcoin is dumping. Why I close my position around $87,300? It's very simple. It's because in this time frame here, we have this gap here, and also we have here this, if we go to 4-hour chart, this is actually the area of support around here. If Bitcoin wants to keep the uptrend in this time frame, I mean, actually in this bounce, as you can see here, we have here this trend, right? We have this trend. Bitcoin cannot make a new low here. So this one is going to be a strong support between $86,600 and $87,000. As long as Bitcoin is holding this area, I am bullish, still looking for continuation, even with the sell signal in 12-hour chart, because in 1-day chart we still have time. Well, not a lot of time, at least maybe just this week. But as long as Bitcoin is not making new lows here around $87,000, everything should be fine. So that's why right now I am just waiting for the next position. If Bitcoin actually breaks this level, the next level I am looking for is I'm gonna start looking for $83,000, and from there I will start looking for another long position. Okay, I am not shorting like swing shorts. No, thank you. I am not shorting. From here, Bitcoin is not going to 60K or 70K or all the things social media say. No. I don't think so. And I will tell you why. I will tell you the reasons. Let me show you. I am a technical trader. I don't care the news. Okay. Let me show you here weekly chart. Okay. Weekly chart, as you can see here, curve momentum is about to fire a buy signal, potentially in December. Okay, this pullback, as long as Bitcoin is in sideways here, in this area, I am bullish. As long as it's not closing candles, we could see maybe a drop to maybe to $82,000. But as long as the candle is not closing below the MA 100, I am still looking for a potential buy signal. Potentially, at least I will start looking for $100,000. Maybe no more than that, but yeah, that is actually something I am expecting. Now, if you see here, I know social media right now, oh my God, Bitcoin is crashing, Bitcoin will go to 70K, Bitcoin will crash to 40K, 50K, whatever. It's a process. It's gonna take long time, okay? But as you can see here, the support is very clear. Bitcoin actually, when as I said before, like here, let me show you here. When Bitcoin was at this level, I said to you, hey, Bitcoin is testing support. This is support, MA55, and MA55 has been actually our friend since 2022. As you can see here, we have this bounce, we have this bounce, we have this bounce. The trend is your friend until the end, right? In this case, that's why I was in long position here. But I said, if Bitcoin breaks this level, usually the next level is the MA 100, where it's actually at $85,000. So this area, you see with volume profile here, volume profile is here around 84, 80, 83, 82. All this area was the second target, right? Here. Now, historically speaking, every time when Bitcoin is testing MA 100, we can see a bounce sideways, but eventually we could see a crash. We can expect a crash. And why? Because if you study the past, what happened in 2021? 2021, same thing. Bitcoin actually broke the MA55 here, right? And it was in sideways here, and finally after 2 months, broke the MA 100, and we have this massive crash. So that is something I'm expecting again this month. This year. The next year, 2026. So I'm expecting something like that, right? Like something maybe like this, like we have sideways here, maybe like this, and after that a major continuation, major crash, maybe in 2026. So I'm still expecting Bitcoin actually will keep pumping in December, at least a good rally to 97. As long as let me be clear, this is very important. We have to see a bounce this week, because if you see Bitcoin actually right now is dropping, right? But Bitcoin actually is breaking this $87,000, and plus we have a sell signal here, maybe potentially this week. Well, that is gonna be another thing. Okay. Please, careful here. Let me explain again. I am still looking for a bounce as long as Bitcoin is with this signal, the buy signal ADX negative here, momentum is to the upside, and volume, of course, is to the upside. I am still bullish today. But if by Friday, all the week, by Friday, Bitcoin instead is just wasting time in sideways, lazy, right? Well, I will just get ready for another short. Something like this. Let me show you here. We have a good example. Here, Bitcoin actually was printed actually a buy signal here. Yes, this is the bounce I'm talking about. We have the first bounce, a pullback, and after that, another bounce. But if you see carefully this kind of this bounce, this is actually an ABC correction. Let me show you. We have a, let me do it properly. A, B, and C correction. Usually they are corrective corrections in a trend, in this case downtrend. And as you can see, after that, Bitcoin got rejected, wasting time here, wasting time, right? And after that, we have a formal sell signal here and continuation to the downside, okay? This case right now is a bit different because we have volume right now. We have some volume here, as you can see here. And we have, again, this ADX negative here, buy signal, but maybe, let me see when, potentially, yes, by Friday, if we don't see Bitcoin actually holding and even better, pumping again, I will be ready for the scenario. Like in the next sell signal here, we could see continuation. And now, let's talk about the continuation scenario, because this is going to be interesting. What could happen if actually Bitcoin breaks and close below the MA 100? The next target I'm going to start looking for is $70,000, $70,000. Let me show you here. This area is actually the area I will start looking for a potential support. $74,000, $75,000 around here. Only if we have a sell signaling on the chart and weekly is closing below MA 100. Today is a very important day because we have a monthly close. Well, I will proceed with the next chart in the monthly. And oh my God, this is very interesting because as you can see here, it's very obvious right now. I'm gonna use the volume profile here, normal volume profile. Okay, I'm gonna just hide this one. And as you can see here in the monthly, the obvious area to actually find support is around this area, but it's not very strong. You see, this area is the support between $74,000, $70,000, 75 around here, but we don't have any data here. So I will just say maybe a little bit even lower, maybe around here. This is the area actually I will start looking for a major support around this area. Now, I'm not saying that is going to happen right now, but if we see this happening so fast in only 2 months or 3, it's very concerning because the MA55, exponential moving average MA55 is here around $61,000. So if Bitcoin crash in December instead of pumping, right, we could see another red candle here, and our obvious target is going to be 75, and why not? Potentially the next candle we could close maybe around 65, the MA55. Why is concerning? It's very simple. Let me show you here. It's because in the past, Bitcoin actually, for example, after we have a bull market, spent around 1 year to test the MA55. Here, 200 days to test the MA55. If we see this test, it could be possible. It could take potentially only 3 months. So 100 days. Do you see the pattern? Bitcoin is losing momentum. It's losing momentum. Give me just 1 second. Okay, so sorry. Okay, as you can see here, is losing momentum. We don't want to see this test right now. I want to see Bitcoin testing ME55 monthly in April, May next year, not in December. But based on price action, as you can see here, I show you the volume profile here, is looking at Bitcoin is dropping so fast, very, very, very fast. Also, there is no actually major support here. The volume here is actually a joke. You see, it's very, very low here. That's why it could be possible. So what I'm going to do right now is I am just flat here. I am just flat, waiting for potential sideways here. And I will try to open a long position here, looking for this ABC bounce. A, B, and C, where the target should be the ME55. Okay, the ME55. This week, only this week, okay? If by Friday, as I said before, one more time, if by Friday we see curve testing the settle line here, time is over. Yeah, it's time to cancel the trades. It's time to actually start thinking about shorts, because the next sell signal, it could push Bitcoin to maybe $75,000. Okay, so be careful here. Be careful here if you are risk management is very important. Remember, risk management is extremely important. Last week I got a question. Hey, okay, you are talking about time all the time, but could you explain more why time is very, very important? Sure. Let me show you here. Coopock curve is a momentum indicator. Okay, it was created by a guy. His last name is Coopock. I cannot remember the name. But it was in the 60s. And this one is a momentum indicator. The rule is very simple in my system. In the moment you have the buy signal here, ADX is negative here. Yeah, the ADX is negative. This is telling you the trend is getting weaker. In this case, if the price is just crashing and the ADX is getting weaker, that means this move is getting weaker. Okay, potentially we could see just sideways here. Okay, when you see curve, the momentum firing this buy signal, this darker purple, that means it could be a reversal. Yeah, so when you have this combination, ADX, the slope is negative, plus the darker purple, means two things. The price could be in range, sideways, or bounce. That's why something I call it a buy signal. Formally speaking, is range and bounce or continuation. It depends on the trend. You see, when you have a sell signal, for example, this one, the momentum, imagine, for example, the price is doing this, right? But this trend is getting weaker. When you see this trend is getting weaker, the ADX is going to be negative. And plus, we have a darker blue as a signal, sideways, potential sideways, downside. It depends on the trend. It could be a short opportunity or waiting for the pullback. You see? Now, the timing is very simple. From this point to this point is the time, in average, the price must do something. Here. This is the time. From here, the buy signal is here to here is the time we have to wait in average to see the result. In average, it depends on the asset. For Bitcoin, it's around 10 days. For example, here, it took around 11 days, 12 days. From here, 9 days. As you can see, it depends on the asset. You need to study very well the asset you're trading with my system, okay? But in average, it's around 10 days, 10, 15 days maximum, okay? So if you open a buy signal here, stop watching your screen all the time. Set your stop loss and wait for 1 week. It's very simple. Stop watching your phone. Just wait for the result. Same here. I'm talking about swing positions, 1 day chart. But if you apply this system in 4-hour chart, it only takes from the distance from here is 10 days in 1 day chart. In 4-hour chart is usually 1 day, maximum 2 days. In 1-hour chart, it could be from 4 hours to 1 day. You see, it depends on the time frame you are trading. Timing is extremely important. If I said here, the price actually is bouncing here, right? We have a sell signal. So it's sideways here and crash and drop. But there are some cases. We have this signal here, sell signal here, ADX negative here. The price is bouncing here, right? It's bouncing. But suddenly we have a sell signal here, right? It's in sideways. But the price, instead of crashing, is just in sideways. So the moment when you see the seller line here crossing, you have to take your loss or cancel your trade. You cancel your trade. Why? Because the time for the asset to crash is almost over. Of course, there are some exceptions, right? But sometimes actually the chart, actually in the last moment, the price just crash. But like 70-80% of the time, it's not gonna be like that. Usually, when you see these kind of patterns, for example, here, the next thing you have to do is, well, okay, I'm gonna wait for the next buy signal here. So the next phase is this one. From this point and this point, we do nothing. I'm gonna change the color here. We do nothing. We cancel the short here, right? In this case, we cancel here. We cancel here, right? We were in short. Let me change the color here. Here, I'm gonna change the color here to red because the projection was short. The time is over. We cancel the trade. We wait in the yellow color, all this, but finally, when we have the ADX negative and also the darker purple, when we use this one as a trigger to buy here. You see, it's very simple, right? You open your short, nothing happened, it's in sideways, you cancel your short or get a small loss, you wait for the formation, the pattern to form, you wait, you don't chase the market, and after finally when you get the signal here, you trigger. It depends on the trend. In this case, it's to the upside, so a long position. And now, and you repeat, and you repeat, and you repeat the same process all the time. I'm gonna give you an example. Okay, let me show you here. If we go to 1 hour chart, for example, here we have here sell signal here, ADX negative, sell signal. So from here to here. So this is the short position. I actually you can see my trading journal. I did it here. So here is my short position, right? I'm gonna change the color. How many days I had to wait for this short to happen? Only 8 hours, you see? Only 8 hours. Okay, the price actually, we have this short here, entry short at $88,300, and Bitcoin just dropped to $87,100. Okay. The technical analysis telling me, okay, this is actually the target potentially, but I was looking for maybe a continuation to the downside, maybe 84 potentially. So I have all of this time just to wait. But what happened? Instead of crashing, Bitcoin just stay here. In this case, I just canceled my trade. I took a very small profit, very, very small, maybe just $100. Okay, $80, no problem. And now the next thing I have to do is, okay, I need to wait. I can watch Netflix. I am watching right now The Walking Dead again. I like Walking Dead. Okay, so this is the time for waiting. Here we are waiting. We are just watching Netflix. We are doing something else because there is no trade. There is nothing to do here. Okay, so in this period, the only thing you have to do, or what I do is, if I am trading 1 hour chart, every couple hours, I will just open my phone and I will check every couple hours, not every 5 minutes, every couple hours, I will open my phone and I want to see this. I want to see how is the progress of the curve. Okay. Now, I want to see the process of the volume. Volume is healthy. It's looking, actually is going to the upside. No problem. Okay. Finally, I have a buy signal here. You see, a buy signal from this point. From this point, I have a buy signal. So this is my trigger again. This is my trigger here. A buy signal. Let me show you here. A buy signal here. Why is a buy signal? Well, it's because we have the ADX is negative here, and curve darker purple, as you can see here. So my projection is going to be, again, sideways from here, all of this area, sideways, and bounce, right? So what happened here? Sideways and bounce. And the price is just, we have this pullback, right? And after that, a small bounce, right? And I repeat the same thing, okay? My position was, the signal was fired around almost $87,000. And all the time, after 8 hours, just we got $88,000. So the time is over. I need to cancel my trade again, as you can see. Is when I realize, okay, the price is in sideways, right? It's in sideways. So I am not trading anymore a trend. It is a sideways action. So that's why when I change a little bit the strategy, instead of using this, now I like to play ping pong. Yeah, I know, ping pong, where I just, okay, the price is actually pumping here. This is the resistance, and this is the support. Perfect. Okay, good. So this is just an example, okay? I like to do these kind of things in swing trading, like 1 hour and 10 days, for example, in a massive range. But people like to, this is scalping. It's something I don't usually do this, but this is an example, okay? We have to do this in 1 day chart, at least 4 hour chart, where you use, okay, resistance and you sell, and the next target is always the support. Now, in this case, what I did, okay, it's in sideways. So I applied the 3-screen system. Instead of having only just one screen, because it's 1 hour chart, I need to know what is going on, because in 1 hour chart, it's in sideways. I want to open the long position because this is a trend, right? It's to the upside, okay. So I go here in trading view, and I just add another chart. And I go here, and I open 4 hour chart. I want to know what is going on here. And as you can see here, if I move the chart here, we are here. And as you can see here, in 4 hour chart is forming the same thing. A buy signal here, ADX negative here, and also, oh no, this is the first one. Let me see here. Here. The time here, we have a short position here, ADX negative here, but as you can see here, curve is about to cross the seller line here, very close, very, very close. Plus low volatility, very low volatility. So what does that mean? When you see the blue color here, is a massive move is coming. Right? So your job as a trader, you need to say, okay, my technical analysis is telling me is to the upside or to the downside. Which one? When you see YouTubers doing this, if you see any YouTuber doing something like this, is because they are telling you, I am YouTuber, I have no idea what I'm doing. So that's why if my arrow is to the upside, it's gonna to the moon, right? Or it's crashing, I told you, always they will be right. Professional traders or traders with experience, we don't do this. We just set a row is to the upside. In this case, because let me show you here, one more chart, one more candle here. In my trading journal, actually, I said, hey, time is almost over here. Cancel shorts, right? Cancel short because it was a sell signal here. now it's time to start looking for buy signals. So I use 4-hour chart, but the trigger is gonna be 1-hour chart. So I will go to 1-hour chart, and I said, okay, we are in sideways in 1-hour chart, right? And the next buy signal, I will open a long position because I know the time is over almost in 4-hour chart. So what I did here, you can see my trading journal is public, actually is there. I open a long position exactly here because we have, again, the ADX is negative here and a buy signal here. What happened after that? I just always protect my entry, always. How I protect my entry, I will explain after this example. I will tell you how I set my stop loss. So as you can see, after that, we have a massive bounce, and you can see my trading journal is there. This is not an example; it's a real trade that I executed maybe 5 days ago. Okay, so now I'm telling you this because something like that happened today. It's exactly the same thing happened today. Let me show you today. Okay, we leave here. I'm gonna just change this one to 12-hour chart and this one to 4-hour chart. Okay, same thing. I open a long position, a short position here, exactly here, ADX negative here. We apply the same principles, right? My position was at $91,000 300 around here. Around here, it was my short position, and we wait the window. This window is all the time Bitcoin or any asset has a time. I mean, this is time, the period I have to see the result. So this is my short time. The period I have to wait for my short. So what happened after that? Well, Bitcoin, it was weakened. I almost got stopped here. And after that, Bitcoin just dropped here, got rejected, but it's holding the ME55. The ME55 is holding here. I cancel my position here. I took a very, very, very small profit, maybe $60. That's all. And following the rules of my system of trading. Okay. Yesterday, weekend, we have a very small bounce here, ADX negative here, as you can see here, and I posted this trade. I am opening a long position here at $91,000, looking for a bounce. Okay, looking for a bounce. That was yesterday. What happened after that? I set my stop loss as usual, right? Let me show you my setup was like this, right? 1.50 usually is like that, and the next area of confluence should be around here, around this area, around here. This was my setup. That was yesterday. I went to the bed, okay, I wake up in the morning and I saw something. When I saw the slope of the curve, it was getting negative again, automatically I just went to the exchange and I canceled my position. Because of when you see the slope getting negative here, is because finally the price is about to move. Why? Because the volatility is extremely low. Remember, when you have a low volatility, this blue color, the volatility is very, very, very low. It's about to explode. So I didn't want to get trapped here. Yeah. So that's why invalidation here. No, thank you. Okay. I went to my journal. I went to the exchange. I canceled my trade. And I said, okay, why this is happening? Okay. 4-hour chart. The next time frame I use for trading is 12-hour chart. If I show you 12-hour chart, what happened here? Yesterday was fine, but officially Bitcoin printed this morning a new signal here, ADX negative, sell signal here in 12-hour chart. So we respect higher time frames. So 12-hour chart is more important than 4-hour chart. So what I did is, okay, this is a sell signal in 12-hour chart with low volatility in 4-hour chart, low volatility in 12-hour chart. This is a short opportunity. What I did here, automatically here after just a few minutes, I open a short position here at $90,000 600, and this is exceptional because what happened right now is exceptional. It's not always the same, but in this case, after just 1 hour, Bitcoin just crashed crash around 5%. And let me show you something. I'm gonna show you here. This is actually, I'm gonna show you something. One moment. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna show you this one, and here is my trade. This one is actually what this is. This is the short. Actually, I executed right now this morning, where I opened my short position at $90,600, and suddenly, only in a few minutes, Bitcoin just crashed to, and I closed my position at $87,200. And I made around almost 4%, around $500, I think, 550. Yep. Okay. Why I decided to explain all of this right now is because few times we have these kind of examples. My point is, you need to be careful with your risk management all the time. All the time. Instead of thinking how much money you're going to make in the markets, you want to take this seriously. Risk management is extremely important, because your money, your capital is like your blood. Okay, you need to be careful. You need to be careful with your health, right? You need to do exercise. You need to do workout. It's the same thing with your account. Okay, risk management is extremely important. And as you can see right now in 4-hour chart, this one actually is looking very, very strong. Now, I am looking for a potential bounce, potential support around this area. Yeah, this area actually is very important. Around here is where I'm looking for the support, this area. Why? Because, let me show you, one moment. Here, I'm gonna change here, this area. Why? Because this one is the trend. This is the trend, right? As long as Bitcoin is not making new lows around this area, everything should be fine. So something like this. Something like this. And after that, I will continue trying to open another long position, looking for an ABC correction, A, B, and C. This wave usually is the strongest. It's not all the time, but usually when you see a ABC correction, ABC bounce, sorry, you see, I want to trade this one because actually this one is the most powerful. I have a problem with this approach. Let me show you. 12-hour chart, we have a sell signal here, right? Now, if we apply again higher time frames, we go to 1-day chart. If we apply what I said to you, the buy signal was here in November 24, right? ADX negative here, and we have this period of execution, right? In this time is green because we are looking for long positions. The buy signal was here, fired at $86,800. Technically speaking, if you are holding right now, you are looking for this trade, swing trade, you are almost breaking even, right? You're almost at the same entry point of the buy signal. Because it's 10 days, you will have to wait a little bit more, right? We cannot close the position. So potentially a little bit more, maybe 5 days more. We have to see something like this sideways here, defending here as support, and after that a bounce, right? But if Bitcoin instead is just in sideways here, just lazy, without doing nothing, or even worse, crash all the way down to maybe 81, 82, that is gonna be the problem, because the time for waiting, this one from here to here, is gonna be almost over, right? Almost over. And formally speaking, we will have to wait a new window here, maybe, to see if there is a sell signal forming. What I'm trying to say is something like this. Something like this. Something like this. And from here, my friend, another short position looking for a potential continuation. And the next target should be around $75,000. But as you can see, in this example, now you can see how I am connecting time momentum, volume, and price action. You see? All together. 3 or 4 components. That is the way how I read the markets all the time. Okay? Timing for waiting, right? I need to wait for the price and volume to keep developing, and also price action. Okay? Now, let's continue. I hope you could find this explanation very useful. I think it's the first time in long time I took a lot of time just to explain the rules of my system. I hope you can actually give me your feedback. Yeah, please. Thank you. Okay, now let's continue with other assets. Okay, the educational part is over. Let's continue with other assets. Okay. First of all, I want to see what is going on with USDT. USDT is the contrary indicator of Bitcoin. Basically, it's telling me if the market is, well, big players, they are dumping Bitcoin or crypto. And yep, this is a formal breakout. This is about to break out. There is a very high chance we could see Bitcoin at 75K based on this chart. Look at this. ADX is this. We apply the same system, right? Buy signal here, ADX negative here in August, because it's weekly chart. Weekly chart. Thank you, Anton. Yes, 2022, yes. Thank you for following. Since 2022, thank you for joining here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. 4 years. I created this channel in 2021, July. I'm very happy. I'm very happy to be here. As you can see here, the ADX here, we have a formal buy signal here in weekly chart. Here, you see, here is the buy signal here, and also it's in sideways, low volatility. What is expectation? What's expectation? A bounce. Target is very simple. Resistance area, this area and this area, and now we are here. ADX is positive here, momentum is positive here. So this is the time, the period, like we have to keep waiting here because we don't have the signal to sell, not yet, right? We have this period of time, we have to wait. So holding positions, basically short positions, keeping our shorts open, that's all. Now we apply the same principle in the monthly, because the monthly, today we have a monthly close, December. Let me show you here. Let me show you. Now, oh my God, what we have here. We have here a formal buy signal here. We got this signal here in September. And as you can see here, ADX volume is very healthy with a buy signal here in May. And here, ADX, it was negative in the moment when actually we got the signal, and now it's getting positive. That means the momentum to the upside is getting stronger, where technically speaking, the target should be around here in the monthly 2026, around here. Yeah. So if I am correct, Bitcoin is getting ready, sadly, for continuation. I hope to be wrong. I'm hoping to be wrong because I don't want to see it. If we see this drop, this crash, that is going to prove my theory, like actually the momentum for Bitcoin is getting weaker and it's going to test the MA55 very fast. Very fast. Okay. Now let's continue. Let's continue with maybe altcoins. If you want to check altcoins. Solana, for example, is very obvious. With this monthly closes continuation, we can expect $100 this month, potentially. Wow, looks like maybe in December we will not have this Christmas rally. Yeah? Potentially, looks like that. Okay, we have to let's see. Oh my God, you see, pump and dump this thing. Oh my God, wow, shooting a star in the top. Wow, Zcash, goodbye. Ethereum continuation. December looks like we will not have the Christmas rally. Nope, looks like no. This is looking like it's gonna crash. It's gonna test around $2,000. $2,000. I think that's my target. $2,000. Let's continue with another coin. I don't know. Cardano. Cardano continuation. Looking for 0.25 cents. 25 cents. B&B. B&B monthly chart, sell signal here. Let me see weekly chart. Weekly chart, I think it's almost hit my target. Almost there. Actually, yeah, hit my target. You see, my target here was the ME55. As you can see here, it was the sell signal fire in October at $1,200, and now after 2 months, is 30% down. So right now, technically speaking, as long as B&B is above this area of support, technically I am bullish. Technically, yes, because the trend is your friend till the end, and this thing is in uptrend. Okay, so let's continue with more. For example, if you have any suggestions, just let me know. Okay, just let me know, please. Bitcoin dominance, no all season, my friend, no all season. Please don't listen what people tell you in Twitter or X, whatever. They are just dumb as fuck. Sorry for saying that. But they just want to sell you a shitcoin or something. You know what is very, very, very interesting? People are willing to lose tons of money in the markets, but they don't want to invest in themselves. Why? Why you are willing to lose $5,000, $10,000, and you could use that money to actually learn from someone with experience, I don't know, training, coaching, whatever. Just think about it. Yeah. Okay, as you can see here, we have here a buy signal here. Still, let me see the monthly here. The monthly, we have a monthly close here. Yeah, as expected. What I told you a long time ago. What I'm expecting here is gonna be the Bitcoin dominance is gonna be in sideways here, for maybe long time. Okay, between the ME100 and the ME55. Okay, now let me continue. BNB, XRP, maybe. We can continue with XRP. XRP. Okay. Monthly, sell signal ADX negative here. Long term, 1.27. Weekly chart, let me see. Technically speaking, this is the area to buy. Technically speaking, right? There is no buy signal, not yet. All of this area. Okay, ADX negative, not yet. So the momentum is still to the downside. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm done with crypto. I will continue with the stock market. Okay, Adobe. I am bullish here. Still bullish here. We have a bullish divergence here in weekly chart, in volume, and also in momentum here. Let me see the monthly here. We will see a buy signal very soon here, and also in volume we will see a buy signal very soon here. By the way, actually, I updated my volume indicator with this one, thinking like if actually I can just transform the data looking like curve, following similar rules, my system could be simplified a lot. Yeah, and actually I am testing this one. Let's see. Okay, let's see. It's the same calculation, just different presentation. That's all. Okay. Okay. Now let's continue. I remember Nvidia. It was firing a potential buy signal there. Not there. Not yet. 150, 160 is the target I am looking for, a potential buy signal there. Look at this, beautiful here. Here. This is a buy signal very soon. Meta is like this. Okay. A strategy, downtrend, broke the trend. Monthly. Well, ADX negative here. Looking for a potential breakdown all the way down to potentially 120. All this area in the long term. Netflix. You can apply my system to the stock market, to crypto, to whatever you want, as long as you have volume. Okay, as long as you have volume, that is actually the condition. For example, in the monthly basis here, if we go to buy monthly here for Netflix, one of my best calls in my career was this call. I said in 2022, lifetime opportunity for Netflix, lifetime opportunity. When we saw this massive crash in 2022, I said, this is the buy. So as you can see here, the ME55 and ME100 were tested here, and the last time we saw this test, it was in 2012, 10 years ago. And since then, is up 700% up in there. Okay, guys, I think I want watching also Colgate. Colgate, let me see Colgate. I am very bullish here, very bullish here. This is actually the trend. The trend is my friend until the end. So I'm looking for actually a bounce here in monthly. Let me see the monthly buy signal about to form in volume here. Also, we will see a buy signal very soon. Holding very nice here. The support. Weekly chart volume is very healthy. Volumes are variance with ADX negative. Formally speaking, we have a buy signal here. This is like this. This is like this, where I am looking for around $90, potentially in the following months. Okay, guys. Remember, let me show you here. If you want to learn my seasonal trading, remember you can enter to my website. In my website, you will find all the information you need. And let me show you here. Let me show you here the website here, leonidascryptocave.com. And as you can see here, the trading courses, it's not like a course. Actually, they are my notes, 12 years of notes, because I started doing this 12 years ago. And all my notes, you can see here. You can see all my notes here. Many strategies, many things I was studying in that time. Very useful. You want to see all... we have many chapters, for example, introduction to market structure, strategies, and also psychology of trading is something very important and something like people don't care. Actually, you must care about it. Psychology of trading is very, very, very important. For example, here, psychology of trading, I am sharing here what actually is working for me. It could be something different for you. In my case, personally speaking, I adopted many things about, I am living in Asia, so many things from Asian cultures and also Stoicism as well, to manage my emotions as well. And also here, I explain all the indicators. My Coopock curve, for example, in this case, and we have here the video and explainer. I did this video with AI, Notebook LM. It's explaining all the content of this. Okay, you can see, and you can access to all my indicators, everything here. How you can do that? Well, first of all, everything is free. I mean, you want to learn my system of trading, you can just watch my live streams. But if you want to take it seriously, you can actually join to my Patreon, or you are an active trader. You can actually go here and you can create a new account with Bluffing or Tollbit, and you get, of course, with my code. And as long you are trading there, automatically all the content is gonna be unlocked, and also the access to my private Discord and all the trades and everything. What I'm doing right now here. Yep. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue with the last part of this live stream. Let me see here. Okay. Let me see. We have more people connected now. Silver is pumping. Let me see. Silver. Yeah, it's obvious. Silver is an uptrend. Massive breakout, long-term breakout. Look at this. This thing is gonna keep up for years. At least 3-4 years, I think. Let's talk about, let me see the Japanese yen, because, you know, I am bearish actually right now with the yen, looking for a potential breakout. We have a better divergence here in 3-month chart, but let me see weekly, monthly chart. We have a buy signal here. Bolus divergence here. No, we don't have it. Yeah, we have actually potential breakout. The point is very simple. You see 160 yen broken, massive pump all the way up to 200. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. See you